So, what does $1 billion actually look like floating on the water? I mean, how do you even get from a boat that costs literally $1 to that? Well, today we're going to break down one of the most viral videos out there to really get a handle on this mind-bending journey of value, marketing, and yeah, what it actually takes to build a floating city.
Yeah, that's Mr. Beast himself asking the question we're all thinking. He's standing in front of a ship so huge it almost doesn't look real. And that feeling, that sense of just, wow, that's the whole point, isn't it? It's the hook that gets millions and millions of people to click, and it perfectly sets up the absolutely insane journey we're about to go on.
So this is really the core question we're going to tackle. And look, it's not just about, oh, it has more rooms or a bigger engine. We're going to follow the money literally step by step to see what each huge price jump actually gets you. We're talking from just trying to stay afloat all the way to, well, pure opulence.
Okay, just to put this into perspective, let's look at the two extremes. On one side, you've got a boat whose main feature is that it sinks. Seriously, the real cost wasn't the $1 price tag, it was the $18,000 a year just for storage. Then, on the other end of the scale, you have something that's not even a boat anymore. It's a floating city that can hold 10,000 people, and it has a Starbucks. The difference is so vast it's almost funny. So let's try to connect the dots.
All right, first things first, we have to start at the very, very bottom. It's really easy to get mesmerized by the billion-dollar number, but to actually understand that scale, you need a starting point, a baseline. We need to know, what does $1 actually get you on the water?
Well, the funny thing about the $1 yacht is that it was actually worth less than zero. Think about it. The owner wasn't selling a boat. They were offloading an $18,000 a year problem in storage fees. The second it touched the water, it started sinking. So yeah, it wasn't really a vessel. It was more like a very, very cheap submarine that only worked for a few minutes.
Okay, so now we're going to make our first real jump up the ladder. This is where you get into the world of actual luxury boating. The goal here isn't just don't sink. The goal is to do it with some style.
So you hit the $1 million mark, and you are officially in the luxury club. But it's funny, even Mr. Beast was like, it's a little smaller than I thought. And that's the thing, right? It's a massive leap from the sinking boat, for sure. But it's still kind of relatable. It's on a human scale.
So what do you get for that first million? Well, you unlock the basics of luxury. You've got a big living room, a master bedroom, a couple guest rooms, and the most important feature of all? It actually stays afloat. This is pretty much your starting point for high-end fun on the water.
Okay, now let's multiply that by 10, the $10 million mark. And this is where you see a huge, immediate jump. We're not talking subtle differences anymore. Not at all.
So what does that extra $9 million get you? It's all about comfort and space. I mean, you go from bedrooms where you can't even stand up straight to 4 massive guest rooms. Those sticky, hot leather seats? Gone. Replaced with something way softer. You just get more room everywhere, plus fancy upgrades, like a bidet. The whole focus shifts from just having things to making sure those things are actually super comfortable and nice to use.
All right, now at $25 million, something else happens. The whole purpose of the boat changes. It stops being just a place to hang out and travel, and it turns into a full-on entertainment machine.
I mean, this is where it starts getting wild. You're talking 30 rooms, a world-class chef on call, a bunch of jet skis to play with, but the real game changer is the helipad. And it's not just for, flying in and out. Nope, it's for doing stunts. Like they had a helicopter land on the moving boat just to deliver a pizza. At this point, the yacht isn't just a vehicle, it's a stage. It's a destination in itself.
Okay, we're crossing a major line now. We're officially leaving the world of personal luxury behind and entering a whole new dimension. This is pure opulence. The scale here is so big, it's almost like a corporation.
Yeah, and there's actually a name for this class of ship, a giga yacht. And what does that mean? Well, we're talking about a boat that's over 200 feet long, has at least 4 stories, and needs a professional crew of 20 or more people just to function. You're not driving this thing. It's a floating resort, and you're the one in charge.
And here we are, the $300 million yacht. Just to give you a sense of things, this particular boat is the 69th largest in the entire world. It takes a crew of over 50 people to run. I mean, just think about the logistics of that. It's staggering.
The amount of money packed into this thing is just mind-blowing. Get this, forget the whole yacht for a second. The dining room table alone, is worth $3 million. That's 3 times the price of that first luxury yacht we saw. You've got a full spa with a sauna, a movie theater where the windows darken automatically, a top-of-the-line gym overlooking the ocean. These aren't just little add-ons, they are world-class facilities.
And of course, when you get to this level, you attract some serious star power. They brought Tom Brady on board, maybe the greatest quarterback ever, just to hang out and try some trick shots. And this is a really important shift, right? The yacht is no longer just a private getaway. It's now a set piece, a backdrop for creating viral moments with some of the most famous people on the planet.
And now, we've reached the top of the mountain. $1 billion. At this point, even calling it a giga yacht doesn't really do it justice. We're talking about something else entirely. We're talking about a floating city. This chart right here just shows you how insane the jump in scale is. It's unbelievable. We are not just talking about a slightly bigger boat. The $300 million yacht, it can host what? Maybe a dozen guests? This billion-dollar ship holds almost 10,000 people. That's not a jump from a big house to a mansion. That's a jump from a mansion to an entire city. So what does $1 billion get you? A 17-story high ship with 7 different neighborhoods. It has an indoor mall with a Starbucks, a massive water park on top, a bar where robots make your drinks, and a carousel, a full-blown carousel. Like we've been saying, this isn't a yacht. This is a moving piece of a city.
Okay, so we've gone on this incredible journey from a boat that sinks to a city that floats. But let's take a step back for a second. What was the real point of all this? Why show it off? The answer is, the spectacle is the product.
So what was the point? Well, the most important thing to understand is that the video isn't really about yachts. It's a brilliant, carefully designed advertising machine. You can see the formula right here. You start with the viral spectacle, the yachts, and you use that to build up the MrBeast brand even bigger. And then you use that massive brand to sell a product directly. The whole thing, this entire massive production, was one giant, super effective ad for his Feastables chocolate bars.
And really, that's the big takeaway here. That whole journey from $1 to $1 billion, it wasn't just a fun comparison. It was a marketing engine, engineered down to the last detail. The goal was never just to show off cool, expensive stuff. It was to use that spectacle to generate massive value through views, through building his brand, and ultimately through selling a product.
And that kind of leaves us with a wild question about where all this is headed, right? For entertainment, for advertising. We just saw $1 billion asset used as the background for a chocolate bar commercial. In this crazy attention economy we live in, what could possibly come next?